Welcome to Rivendell University's workshop on social presence and instructional design. Here we will share practical strategies you can apply right away to engage and support your students online in a meaningful way. Take a look at our workshop roadmap. We will start with Rivendell's online learning goals, define social presence, and connect it to motivation. Then we'll look at student context, instructor presence behaviors, metacognitive questions, and a few tools that support intentional engagement. We'll end with our key takeaways so you can immediately apply them to any course. I am Marilyn Lee, the Senior Learning Designer, here to support you and other faculty members in exploring the methods to establish social presence in your online courses. At Rivendell, we are committed to our mission in providing high-quality online learning with a strong instructor-student connection. The three main priorities are expanding access for diverse learners, faculty development through supportive teams, and student success through motivation and engagement. With these priorities in mind, they can point us towards finding a solution to the following question. What is social presence? To understand social presence, we begin with one investigative question. How do students feel like you are there to support them? This reminds us that online learning requires intentional design so students feel connected, supported, and motivated. As Garrison et al. Explain, social presence is the ability of learners and instructors to project themselves socially and emotionally and show up as real people in the online community. When we look at the challenges of virtual learning, this reminds us that social presence is not automatic. It is something we design intentionally and practice as a skill. When we know how to use this skill, it is what transforms an online course into an engaging learning community where students feel seen, supported, and motivated. Now, let's look at why social presence matters specifically for student motivation. Social presence supports motivation because students feel connected, valued, and safe to participate. When students feel connected, they're more likely to stay engaged, push through productive struggle, and finish coursework. So motivation isn't only willpower, it's often the learning environment we design. In understanding students' context, we need to see how real-world barriers affect engagement. First, limited internet access can mean unstable connections and missed live sessions. In response, we can provide recorded lectures so students don't lose access to learning. Second, high data costs often push students to avoid video-heavy content. Using text-based discussions and compressed files helps reduce that burden. Third, digital literacy gaps can make LMS tools confusing, leading to missed deadlines and frustration. Clear instructions and simple tutorials can reduce that stress. When we understand these challenges, we can design social presence in ways that are realistic and inclusive. So, what does instructor presence actually look like in real teaching? Start with clear expectations: what to do, when, and how to succeed. Use discussion facilitation to keep learning social, not just individual. Provide timely feedback and personalized communication so learners know you are tracking their progress. Then encourage participation and do light monitoring or follow-up, especially when students disappear. This helps ensure instructor presence is consistent over the full length of the course. A simple way to make any tool more engaging is to design with metacognitive questions. For example, how does this activity help students interact with each other? How will students know I'm actively present in this space? What opportunities exist for reflection or self-assessment? And the backup plan question: if this tool fails, how else could I create connection? In short, metacognitive questions help us move from simply using tools to intentionally designing connection. Using tools alone doesn't create social presence automatically, but they can support it when used intentionally. Here are the recommended tools listed with their social objectives. For live interaction and visibility, use Zoom or Google Meet. For low bandwidth communication, use WhatsApp or Telegram. Inside the LMS platform, utilize discussion forums for structured interaction and announcements for consistent instructor visibility. Voice notes, short videos, and recorded lectures give students flexibility so they can access learning no matter the connectivity. Here are the three main takeaways. First, social presence is intentional connection. Second, motivation increases when students feel seen and supported. Third, tools matter less than how you use them. Clarity, consistency, and care are what students experience. At the end of the day, students best remember on how the course felt through engagement with their classmates and instructors. I hope this encourages you to design with connection in mind, and I wish you the very best as you continue building meaningful, human centered online learning experiences.